Please read, son.
That is an evil stapler.
Let me see.
Look, there's blood.
Study number 24 from the book Children of Promise from World Vision.
Yeah, I finished this.
Bible studies.
Can you help me?
Sir, please read.
Help me now. I told you.
Copyright.
Don't start the video. I told you. So mom's gonna help me now.
Es que
2003.
Anthony, ¿cómo me puedes preguntar dónde está la toalla? ¿Miraste si está ahí atrás de la puerta?
Sí.
Camina. Y si no está ahí, ustedes les dije que sacaran la ropa de la secadora.
Daughter, please read.
¿Dónde está la ropa de la secadora que les dije que sacaran? No, I already read.
You didn't read with me today.
Yes, I did.
At what time, daughter?
Before we left, you told me to read John 1 John 20.
4:20. And
Antonio, come
what was that about?
Okay.
About like brothers. How you shouldn't hate your brothers.
How can you
Why say sisters? Why are they so sexist?
That's something you could write a report on and get back to me with it. What I've also heard is that when women used to write, they would write it
Like a boy's name.
with a boy's
like
name.
J.K. Rowling. You would think she was a boy. Because
Mhm.
whose name is J.K. Rowling is a girl. That's what she did. And then they figured out she's a girl? And it was like a big shock. Get off the table, boy. Get off the table, boy.
Another thing that some of them did was write the word, the whatever they wrote it under anonymous.
No, not anonymous. Because then nobody would have credit.
That is correct.
And that's why they don't do that. They just like put initials.
Now, you read something that was less than 2 minutes. Please come and read something like a chapter in the book of Genesis that you're reading.
Can I just read that children of blank? Because I really need to finish my homework.
You see, I will be flexible because do not argue with people. You know what happens when you argue with people?
And they get mad.
And then you end up in jail, or at least that's where I ended up. You understand me?
Yeah.
So I will not argue with you, but come please read with me. In some words, I read a scripture once that said, let people steal from you. All right, study number 23, page 94, from the book Children of Promise.
If you let people steal from you, you wouldn't have anything.
I think it's the part that says, if someone asks for your coat or your shirt, let them have your coat also. Something like that.
Then you'd be just like a naked hobo lying on the streets. You'd get arrested for being a naked hobo.
Did you know that it happened to one of your cousins in Honduras?
Well, don't be naked on the streets like a hobo.
He was a biologist, and he is still alive. And he was in a bus,
And he got...
and everyone on the bus was robbed. And they told him and everyone to take off their clothes. Why?
Yeah.
I'll let you tell me why they did this. However, when he was walking over on the road, he was walking, covering his testicles, his private parts, with his hands. And then someone gave him a towel. As he walked by on the road, someone gave him clothing.
Okay. Which one?
The Lord's Prayer
Didn't we already read this?
is a child's prayer.
We already read this. About
What's-
Desiree and the bull and how she stole it. And then it's like only $32 over there. But then like America, that's like $500 for a bull. Who has enough money to buy a bull in America? The USA. We already read this.
It's all priorities. A car, I bought a car cash once, it was $600. I bought another car cash, it was $1,000.
But now they're like $20,000.
These cars were sold by coworkers, sort of.
So did you like work for them a little bit?
No, I had to make payments. I didn't have that much money. The $1,000 I did round it up. It took a long time.
To get $1,000?
Yes,
Really?
yes,
$1,000.
yes.
Shouldn't take that long. Like if you have a job at a pizzeria and you get like $8 an hour and you work there every day, how old were you?
28.
Then it shouldn't be that hard. It really shouldn't be that hard.
What happens is, if you don't earn enough money, it becomes very difficult.
No, it becomes difficult when you can't manage your money.
You're not considering the part about rent and food and 0 food stamps.
Yeah. I'm considering it like right now, trying to get $1,000 as like if I had a job and I still live with my mom because I'm not 18 yet. That's how I'm considering it. But to get $1,000, rent is like $400 a month. That's being generous. Usually it's like $500 or $800. No, it shouldn't be $800. Not if you live like. Where did you live?
A $500 place,
In what state?
Miami.
Well, Miami's a very touristic place. It's expensive to live there.
It's expensive, and especially if you're not trained to earn money. If you're a bricklayer or a carpenter,
No, even if you are a carpenter, it's not good. It's not good to live in Miami if you're a carpenter. Alex is a carpenter.
and,
He doesn't get a lot of money.
and,
He lives in Miami. Don't live in Miami if you're a carpenter. Live in a suburban area, not in urban. Or rural. Not rural, not in rural. Suburban. We live in suburbia. A suburbia is good. I think urban's a little bit better sometimes.
what is better?
Urban. Rural's too common.
What's wrong with rural?
No hospitals. That's what's wrong with rural. One doctor for the cats, the dogs, the people. That's terrible. I hate rural.
Mm.
I don't like all that land. You can do so much stuff with that land, but instead it's for the snakes. That's why I hate rural. I don't like rural areas. I like suburban and urban most. Like if you're 40, then suburbia, but if you're in a fast-paced area, like urban cities, if you're doing something really moving, then urban area is the best. Okay, I already read Desiree.